What is up, my friends? It is Thursday evening's Anfield Agenda transfer news roundup, and I am here to try and allay some of those fears about the Martin Zubimendi situation. As well as trying to do that, I'm going to be giving you the very latest on the Mohamed Salah situation, because it looks like there could be some interest from Saudi Arabia this summer. And we're going to talk a little bit about a bit of a setback for Jaden Danns. Nothing too serious, but I will cover it all over the course of the next 8 to 10 minutes. Now, you know the drill. I'm going to give you my thoughts. I'm going to let you know where we're at. But of course, we want to know your thoughts. So let us know in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, a brand new podcast episode came out today regarding the whole Zubimendi situation. So do search Anfield Agenda, whatever your favourite podcast platform is, and have a listen if you fancy it. Right, let's get into it. So, going to start off with the Salah update. Football Insider are saying that Liverpool are bracing for a fresh attempt from the Saudi Pro League to sign Mohamed Salah this summer. Now, I really don't think that this is going to happen, nor do I think Mohamed Salah and Rami Abbas Issa are going to be up for it, because they know, as we've said all the way through the summer, that if they just hold firm, in January, he can sign a pre-contract and go to the Saudi Pro League next summer. I really don't expect a breakthrough in negotiations with Liverpool regarding a new deal unless Mohamed Salah was willing to take a little bit less money than he's currently on, and there's no signs that he's going to do that. So I kind of think it's as you were around Mohamed Salah. Fully expect him to see out the season, and we'll take it from there. Now, Jaden Danns, just a little bit on him. He has a bit of a setback. He's going to be out for about 2 more months with that back injury. So that kind of puts the kibosh on any loan going to Plymouth Argyle to hook up with Wayne Rooney or anybody else. So I think he's going to stay at Liverpool for the time being. Maybe we'll see a loan further along into the season. But for now, it is just about rehabbing for Jaden Danns and making sure that he can get back playing and be fit and healthy as soon as possible. That's not what you're here, though. You're here to talk about Martin Zubimendi, or you're here to hear about Martin Zubimendi. And I know there's been so many conflicting reports doing the rounds today. One thing we can say for certain is this. Real Sociedad are trying to put on a charm offensive to make him stay there for at least one more season. Now, Liverpool, of course, believe that they have a breakthrough in this situation and are willing to trigger the release clause. So that's one thing I want to put out there very, very quickly. This has got nothing to do with Liverpool not being willing to trigger the release clause. Liverpool will absolutely pay that €60 million to trigger that clause, whether it's taken outside financing or whether it's just straight up just putting the money from the club's account. So that won't come into play here. Also, I want to allay some fears, because ask yourself a serious question. Why would a club be looking to put on a charm offensive to try and get him to be able to stay? It's because he's informed them that he wants to move on, or that he's looking like he wants to move on. We didn't have this situation when Arsenal came knocking for him, or when Manchester United came knocking for him. I just don't believe it's anything we need to be overly concerned about right now. They're trying a lot of stuff at the minute, Sociedad. They've even included him in their squad for their game tomorrow, whereas they haven't included Mikel Merino, who of course is looking like he's on his way to Arsenal. So there's lots of stuff going on in the background here. People again are trying to draw comparisons to what happened last summer with Moise Caicedo and Romeo Lavia. Again, all I can reiterate is we had a very different team in the background at that point. It was George Schmadtke and Jurgen Klopp who were taking care of those negotiations, and as we know now, it's Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes. I want to point out again that Richard Hughes has a great relationship with Zubimendi's agent, and that I don't think Liverpool Football Club would make this play unless they got positive signs that Zubimendi wants to go. And I still believe that that is the case. The power play from the club, according to Paul Joyce, their hierarchy to Zubimendi complicates matters. Liverpool will still have to come to an agreement with Sociedad in the transfer fee if the player gives the green light. Last night we had the likes of David Ornstein and others basically intimating that Liverpool had got an agreement with the player. So I think, honestly, just stay calm for the time being. I'm going to take you through what some more journalists have had to say as well. Liverpool are pushing hard to convince European Championship winner Martin Zubimendi to join, but the Reds are fighting against an intense charm offensive from executives from Real Sociedad. It is his hometown club. It is always going to pull on the heartstrings. We were talking a few weeks ago about Trent potentially leaving for Real Madrid, and we gave the pros, the cons, and spoke about why he may or may not go. I think he will probably leave Real Sociedad. In fact, I'm almost certain he will leave Real Sociedad, because what he can win there is going to be somewhat limited. It is his hometown club, but he's seen his hero, his idol, Xabi Alonso, depart Sociedad, and his career's just gone from strength to strength, obviously. Won everything there is to win in the game. He is a European Championship winner, but with all due respect to Real Sociedad, they're not going to be challenging for major European honours anytime soon, especially with regards to the Champions League. It's believed Zubimendi's yet to make his final decision, said Lewis Steele, but from everything that we've been told and everything that I've seen from the British-based journalists, I do think that he is leaning towards moving to Liverpool. And as I said at the very start of the video, you don't put on a charm offensive if you aren't worried, if you don't think that the player's going to leave. So here's another bit from Lewis Steele that said, this is by no means to say that he's decided to stay at all. News that they're trying to keep hold of him should not be a surprise either. Why wouldn't they? The player faces a life-changing decision. So I guess here's how I view the situation. Liverpool have gone in and they've had a chat with the player, or at least we've had a chat with the player's representative, and they've been given some positive indications. We know the release clause is €60 million and will trigger that. But why are Real Sociedad making such a big fuss about this? Well, think about it from the fans' perspective. They have to make sure that they publicly look like they have done everything possible to keep the homegrown hero. So, you know, maybe offering more money, maybe reminding him how great Sociedad is. All of these things is, in my opinion, to save face so it looks like they didn't just let the homegrown superstar walk out the door. Lewis Steele also said Zubimendi rejected Arsenal and Bayern Munich last summer, and now he's leaning towards leaving home more than ever before. So again, I would say, and it's easier said than done, and I know I'm the guy who's been shouting about transfers all summer, but on this one, I truly do have faith in Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes to get it done. I've said it all along, I've got faith in those people. My question has always been with the owners. I do still think that they're cheap. And by the way, a lot of people in the comment section of the videos last night were going, see, are you going to apologise about FSG now? Absolutely not. One swallow does not make a summer. I will always credit the club for good business, but it's one player. One potential signing on the 8th of August with 22 days in the transfer window when we needed 3 and 3 contracts extended. So I'm absolutely not going to be bowed down to John W and FSG for doing the bare minimum. But if other people want to, like I've always said, I'm not here to judge. I think we get this deal wrapped up soon and soon enough, ladies and gentlemen. We will see over the next 6-8 hours some more stories come out from both sides as the charm offensive continues. And don't forget, Spanish clubs are very, very good at manipulating the media to do their bidding for them, to make it look like the charm offensive is working. I think once Zubimendi and his agent get into a room with Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards, and we start working this out, this deal's going to progress quickly. That's my prediction for it anyway. So right here, as I sit here now, I still feel absolutely positive and confident that Martin Zubimendi becomes a Liverpool player and that he will be the number 6 that Arne Slot has been looking for. So we spoke about Sociedad wanting to save face. Well, remember, we need to do the same here. We cannot have a repeat of last summer. The owners have put their faith in Michael Edwards, Richard Hughes, Will Spearman, Barry Hunter, Dave Fallows, the rest of the recruitment team to get it done. And I very much believe that they will. So now it's over to you guys, but don't forget we will be back tonight at 8:45 with the late night agenda, where you can fire your questions in and we'll go through it as much as possible. I'll be here like I was last night, as long as needed. We were over 2 hours on the stream last night, and I'll be back tonight for the same length of time. Do get your questions ready, and of course, we just ask you always keep things respectful. Don't forget to check out the Anfield Agenda podcast that came out earlier on as well. We'd love to know your feedback on that. And until 8:45, my friends, I will bid you farewell for now. Thank you for watching. Much love as always. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.